Hi, I'm Brian Thomas with TCI. Welcome to Alive in 5. Today I thought we'd take a look at writing in the content area and how web tools can allow your students to become better writers and make it more interesting and even more fun inside your social studies class, your math class, your science class. We're going to be looking at a website called Fody.com and a news clip generator that they have on there and how easy it is to make what looks to be a realistic newspaper clip. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the website, how to use the tool, and also let's look at an example. Here we are on Fody.com's website. Once here, at the very top, you'll see that you can create a newspaper clip. You click it, and up pops this little device where you type in the name of your newspaper. I'm going to call it the London Examiner. I can give it a date. I'm going to give it a date of Sunday, October 30th, 1750. You'll see why I did that. And then I can give my story a headline. I called mine Colonial Ingenuity Thrives. Then I'm ready to enter my story. Now, like any good teacher, I'm going to want my students to do their rough draft before they do their final draft. And so here's an example where a student has put together a Microsoft Word document, revised it over a period of time to where it's ready for a final. I'm going to take the text and copy it, come back to the news clipper generator, paste it inside, and at the bottom here there's a button that says Generate. When I click it, up pops my article, and it looks like it came from a real newspaper. Now, I can download this image directly to my computer's hard drive, or I can also do a right click on my mouse, copy it to the computer's clipboard, and in this situation, I've pasted it into a presentation that the student's going to use a little bit later on, and they've even imported a couple of images that are royalty-free from Google to go along with their story. And again, this very simple tool was created at Fody.com. Let me show you how you can use this inside your class for a real lesson. In our program, History Alive, the United States Through Industrialism, we challenged the students to pretend as if they were a British journalist traveling the colonies to learn about life in North America. And they are given a series of placards that are like this up here that they analyze, and they'll read a section of text, and they'll jot down some notes, things that they will use later on in an article that they would be writing for their newspaper. We want to give the students some really rich pre-writing experiences before the final writing product. But when the student's ready to turn in that final product, they'll use all their little journal notes that they've included to be able to write this news story. Colonial Ingenuity Thrives. And as the directions stipulate for this assignment, the students include some images to go along with the story. That's just one example of how you can do writing in the content area with web tools inside your class. You can learn more about great lesson ideas at www.teachtci.com. You can also find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And we would also encourage you to share your own at Teacher Genius by TCI. Our web address is there. Thanks for coming to Alive in 5. We'll be back.